Yes, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Talking today about a moderation of language within the prison system. It seems that the civil service has issued probably through the Ministry of Justice, a instruction to all prison staff to cease and desist from calling inmates of His Majesty's prison. See, it's getting used to, doesn't it? Yeah, His Majesty's prisons as convicts. You may not refer them to as convicts. It is considered to be a somewhat archaic term, although inmates themselves call themselves cons. It's been set out that they must refer to them possibly as residents. How about that, eh? Or prisoners. You can refer to them as prisoners, I believe, or prison leavers for people who are coming towards the end of their sentence, who are actually ex-criminals, ex-convicts, so they're prison leavers, not convicts, yeah. But there's a serious managerial clampdown, they say, on this nonsense of people calling them names. Now, when I was at the Scrubs and at Strange Ways and various other prisons, the inmates were called by all manner of names, far worse than convicts. I mean, it was quite common practice for staff to, but we're going back a while now, to staff to openly racially abuse inmates, which I even at the time, we're going back quite a way here, but even at the time I thought this was offensive and it was uncalled for. But trying to speak to the staff about it at that point was pointless. That not only would they not pay any attention to anybody observing that they were incorrectly speaking to the prisoners like that, they would take umbrage at it and probably give you a twat in the mouth, which happened to me on a number of occasions. Yeah, but it seems that the current leader of the Prison Officers Association, a guy called Mark Fairhurst, who's the chairman of the POA, has said that he thinks that there's nothing offensive in calling people who are convicted of crimes convicts. It's literally correct. They are convicts, convicted. But the Ministry of Justice feels otherwise. They feel that we should refer to them as something else. Some prisons, believe this or not, staff are required to call inmates as Mr. So you'd have Mr. Smith, not Convict Smith or 979 Smith, or what I basically used to do was call them by their surnames. Smith, come with me. Smith, do this, whatever their name was, of course. Not to call everybody Smith, because they weren't called Smith, were they? Yeah. Just got to stop that for a minute. There we go. Yeah. So basically, that's what I used to do. Because Smith, come with me, and everybody really did that, and it was understood. But don't it was a different era. And I didn't personally call inmates convicts because it kind of dates back to the Victorian era, or beyond that, where we used to send convicts to the colonies. Yeah, we used to send them to, where was it? Australia, that's it. Yeah, we used to have colonies in Australia. That's somebody else ringing me there, but we'll let somebody else deal with that. Basically, that's what the news is today, that they're going to be reprimanding staff for addressing prisoners as prisoners or convicts or whatever it is, and they've got to use a nice woke expressions so that they give them some kind of affirmation of their dignity. Well, I expect that's what it is, and there's nothing really wrong with that, but it's going to be very difficult to maintain the kind of discipline that is required in prisons to make them, run efficiently, in my opinion. Because, you should have a kind of regimental kind of... If they're going to run it like a regimental setup, which it is, I mean, they don't work. Prisons don't work. So as long as they are content on slamming people into these big Victorian buildings, you've got to behave in a manner that enables you to control them. And as for referring to them as Mr. This or resident, I don't know what else they could call them, playmates, yeah, well, they've got hostesses now, haven't they? Hi. Here we go. Right, okay. Anyway, listen, I'm going to be away now for a week. I won't be here for a week. I'm definitely taking a little holiday. And for all those of you who live in Scotland, I won't be there. I'm going to Wales. Song ding out time. I'm not going to sing your song. No. I know you'll miss it. Yeah, tears in the eyes, eh? Billy Goat Gruff is weeping. Yeah, never mind. Larry, Paula, Bob the Bob, Catherine, hope you're all going to behave yourself while I'm away. And as a special treat, I'm going to read you a poem. I'll sing when I get back, eh? This is a poem. I've been asked specifically to read war poetry, so this is from the First World War by Rupert Brooke, and it's The Soldier. And Rupert Brooke was actually killed on service. This is The Soldier by Rupert Brooke. If I should die, think only this of me, that there's some corner of a foreign field that is forever England. There shall be in that rich earth a richer dust concealed, a dust whom England bore, shaped, made aware, gave once her flowers to love, her ways to roam, a body of England's breathing English air, washed by the rivers, blessed by the suns of home. And think this heart all evil shed away, a pulse in the eternal mind, no less, given somewhere back the thoughts by England given, her sights and sounds, dreams happier as her days, and laughter learned to friends, and gentleness in hearts a peace under an English heaven. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that. Tales from the jails. Until we meet again, a week on Monday, I shall return. I sincerely hope that you've enjoyed this. Do like and subscribe, all the rest of it. Have a look at my book, and I shall be back. We'll meet again.